Solutions WordPress tutorial series. Today we are going to learn how to add text to our website. Now, what I have done is I have set myself up here with a Word document. This gives me time to write everything out, know what I want to say, make drafts of it, and really make sure that it's exactly what I want to say. Now I have two screens, so I'm just going to move this out of the way here. Just wanted y'all to see it real quick to let you know where I'm getting my text information from that I'm going to be adding. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into Page Builder here. I've logged into WordPress and I've got my Page Builder all set up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Page Builder. It's going to give me all of the options that I need. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the page. We have what's called a hero image, and below here is the footer. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead and add a row. So I click the row layouts here. I'm going to come down here, and you can see that my cursor now has the four arrows. This indicates to me that I am going to click on this particular module and I'm going to drag it into place. This is very important. This is what you're going to use to add photos, to add text, to add any sort of visual interest. You do want to go ahead and click on that and drag it in. Now I'm going to choose the two columns because here at Awesome Dynamic we find that to be the best practice. This is not something that we developed as much as we'd like to say it is. It is something that comes to us from the world of print, i.e. magazines, newspapers, flyers, things along those lines. The reason that we use the two-column format is because it makes it much easier for the user to read. If the text were to span the entire width of the screen, the human eye tends to get lost and will not be able to follow along with the important information that you're trying to convey. So if you do it in two columns, it makes it much easier for people to follow along and read what you have written. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the two columns. You can see I've got it as a module here. I'm going to drop it below. See how that works? I'm going to drop it below the hero image here, and I'm just going to let go. So now I've got a row, and I have my two columns here. So what I want to do is add text for this demonstration. So I'm going to come over here to Basic Modules, and you can see it opened up for me automatically once I laid a row in. If it doesn't, it's going to look like this. Go ahead and just click on the arrow over here to the right. So I'm going to come down here to text editor. Again, click and drag it into the position that I want it. So I click it, drag it. I'm going to put it in the left column here. Now, this should look familiar to most people. It is going to be very similar to the Word document. A lot of the same functionality here that you're going to find in Word as far as bullets, the alignment, adding links, all of that good stuff. Sometimes when you open the text editor for the first time, it's actually going to look like this. You can see that a whole row of options is now missing. If you come over here to the toolbar toggle and just click that, that's going to give you a bunch more options, okay? So now I want to go ahead and add the text that I have written. So if I come over here to my text document here, go ahead, I'm going to highlight all of this, and I'm going to utilize the copy and paste function. So I've got it highlighted. I'm going to hit Control and C. That's going to be my copy. Move that out of the way so you can see it here. Click back into the area where we add the text, and I'm going to hit Control V. Now you can see that that automatically adds the text for me, and it does happen in real time. This is also where you're going to be able to edit your text. Say you notice a spelling error or you have added a word that you don't want. So what you can do is you can come in here, you can highlight it, you can delete that word, and clean up any of the text that you have entered at any time. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click Save. So now that text is in there. Now, I still need to add text to this column here in my row. So I'm going to come back up here to the Add Content button. I'm going to click on it. Basic Modules is open for me. I'm going to go ahead and hit the text editor again. Click, and I'm just going to drag it right into that column in my row. Go back to my Word document. I'm going to highlight it, copy, come back in here. I'm going to paste this. And again, you can see this is where you can do all of your editing here. So say I wanted it to be centered, I can do that very easily. If I want it back to left align, just click on the buttons here. Now, I've got that. I'm happy with it. I like it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit save here. But you know what? I noticed that this paragraph was supposed to be second. This paragraph was supposed to be first. So no problem. We can take care of this. If you come over here, see the move arrow here. I'm going to take it, click on it. I'm just going to drag it right over to that column. The paragraph that is supposed to be second. I'm going to grab it, drag it, move it over. So now it's in the right order that I like it. This is also very useful in case you needed to, say, add a picture. You come over here, add content, go ahead and add a photo, click on that, drag it in. Maybe you want to, say you have everything where you want it. Good practice is to maybe add a heading. I'll drag this in. I'm going to put it in the same row as my text, but I'm going to put it so it does span the entire width of the page here. So I've got a heading. You can see that it automatically is going to left align. Uh, I don't like that. I like my headings to be centered most of the time. That is not a hard and fast rule though. So what I can do is right now I'm in general. I'm going to come over here to style, click on style. Here I have the structure, alignment. Come over here, I'm going to hit center align. And because this is the first heading on the page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the H3 and I'm going to make this H1. You'll see that this is going to make it larger, and that should also match the heading on the page here. The H1 should match uh, the permalink here in the URL. So I'm happy with that. We're going to say, for the sake of argument, that it does match and everything is the way I like it. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to come down here, I'm going to hit save. Now at this point, even if this is a live site, no one can see what you've done. You can see it happening in real time, but as far as anyone using your website is concerned, they are not going to see any of this yet. The reason is because it is in a draft. So for me to make it public for people to see, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click Done. It's going to ask me what I would like to do. I can discard the changes and exit, save the changes and exit, or if I'm happy with the way everything is, I'm just going to go ahead and publish the changes. So now, anyone that's using my site can now see this. Um, And that is how you add a heading and text to your website. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and we hope you found it useful. Please go to www.awesomedynamic.com to see what else we are up to. Thanks again, and remember, Demand awesome.